and then off center middle, then center ring. If you want, you can do that. I'm just doing this for time constraints so we can get to feet. And from there, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to start using... Whoop, my phone will stop blowing up. Okay, Mom said I'm going to need all 6 of my graduation tickets. She's inviting everybody. All right. We're going to do something different. I'm going to teach you guys how to use cylinders for our wireframes this time. So, what we want to do is rock our thumb. So, for our thumb, since we can't guess the middle of it like we used to, I'm still going to try. So, even though it's at an angle, you want to try to find the middle and cut your thumb in half. Then from there, we're going to make a circle in fact, for the bottom of our thumb. Okay? So, cut your palm in half. Then in the bottom corner, where your index finger is, make a circle. That encompasses almost half of the bottom. Okay? Alright, from there, let's go to our tip. Gonna go to our corner of our palm, come out to the middle.
Is that another one of your personas?
Gonna come out to the middle of our palm here. So from our circle here, gonna go to the point where our palm is. Draw a line in the middle of the circle and stop it at the middle of our palm. Alright? Okay. From there, we're just going to draw the second part of our thumb and end it there. It's going to be, I'm going to have it stop right here where our middle finger is, because our middle finger is going to be right there. But you don't want your thumb to come all the way out to the rest of your hand, because when you make a fist, it usually encompasses your ring finger and your middle finger. So stop it short there. So I got it, ring finger, middle finger. All right. Now we're going to draw our thumb first because the thumb will be covering the rest of our fingers. So, from our circle, at the tip of our circle here, where the middle line is, we want to draw a line that hugs against this wireframe. So like that. Okay? So, I'm going to do that again. From the tip of our circle, where it touches the middle, we want to come in, then across, circle around, and back to the middle. Like that. Okay? Probably should have did that on a whole new layer, so I'm going to do that a third time. Just in case anybody missed that. I'm going to do that on a whole new layer. So we can keep our wireframes. At the tip, you want it to hug the wireframe. And circle back. Alright. Then you want it to come back to the circle so that it connects. So, in the end, your thumb will look like this. Okay? I know that's a really complicated explanation, and a lot of people probably don't do this, but if you really want to get the measurements right, it's all in the shapes and the circles, okay? So that's what I'm going to try and teach you guys. Other than that, we're going to just make sure I'm on the right layer. Yes, I am. Okay. So from this point, where our thumb is, this tip, we're just going to hug our circle here to about half of it, just so we can get our little wrinkle here for our thumb. All right? And that's your thumb. Now, for your fingers, what you want to do now is we're still going to do our wireframe, so let's start with that. Our wireframe is going to come toward our thumb, stop, then come down. Okay, that's for your index. Now for your subsequent fingers, they're going to do the same thing. Come straight out and down, but they're going to progressively get lower than this knuckle, your second knuckle for your index finger. So this is our first knuckle for our middle. It's going to get lower than our index and then come down. For our ring finger, it's going to be lower than our middle finger and then come down. Pinky finger, lower than that and come down. If you need to, just ball up your fist and look at it. When you make a fist, your fingers go at an angle, downward. Okay? So with art, just as a general tip, always have reference pictures to look at. Even if it's a mirror and you're just looking at your hand, always look at that, because when you're drawing in comic books, you mostly have to guess with your eyes in order to get the measurements right. You don't have time to look for rulers and stuff like that. You can for buildings, which most people do, but when it comes to people, if you really want to become faster with your art, learn to guesstimate with your eyes. So that all comes with practice, just to give you, just to let you guys know. All right, so this is our wireframe, just to show you in relation to our thumb. Now from there, I'm gonna bump our wireframe back a bit, just so we can see. From there, we're gonna start making cylinders. So we're gonna follow the line here, but it's gonna circle around the knuckle and come straight down. So it's gonna be like this. Circle at the knuckle, come out, then down. And that's our finger. Okay? I'm gonna separate it into parts so we can all see. Same thing with this. It's gonna circle around the knuckle and down. Remember, it's gonna be progressively lower than the other cylinder that we're drawing. Then for our ring finger, circle around the knuckle, come down, and I'm just gonna follow that straight down too. For our pinky, same thing. Circle around and down. All right? And those are our fingers. Okay? Now from there, the middle of this cylinder here, this is going to be the second part of your finger, because your finger curls in. If you look at your thumb if you make a fist and look at it from your thumb side, your fingers curl into your fist. So we have to get each part. It's going to curl in like that. Just a short curve. Let me just zoom in real fast. From the middle of your cylinder here, this is our middle. Then it's going to curve inward slightly. You can barely see it, but it's very important to show that your finger has 3 sections to it. All right? And from there, I'm going to curve it in again. And that's the last part of our finger. You may just define that a little bit. Okay? So just to separate it into parts, I'm going to continue it like that. For the rest of your fingers, you won't be able to see the middle finger because that's hidden behind your thumb. But for these, you're just going to curl them inward like that. Okay? Now then, what I was telling you before with this part, you will barely see it. That's because we still need to finish the wrinkles for our thumb. So, to do the wrinkles for your thumb, I'm just going to erase the tip of it real fast so people can see. At the base, where this part is, we're just going to curl that up. We're just going to give it a slight curve to show that your fist has some meat to it. So, let me just do that again. If our index finger was right here, you want this part of the thumb to come up and cover most of the tip of your index. So like that, okay? This part has nothing to do with measurement. It's just defining your fist. Then from there, we're going to make another line that hugs the outside and smooths out that the square we made before. So we're just smoothing it out.